Hi, I'm Juliana, and today in the kitchen, the marvelous muffin adventures continue with some deliciously different rhubarb muffins. I'm going to share some of my favorite tips and tricks with you on how to get beautiful, easy bakery-style muffins at home, and you might even discover you have a new favorite rhubarb recipe at the end of this video. So if you like the sounds of this, please hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get baking! First thing we need to do is preheat our oven to 425. Next, you want to get your muffin tins ready, and you can spray non-stick and bake them right in the tin if you want. Use paper liners, but we're going to be using these parchment bakery tulip wraps today, which are super easy to make. I put a link in my description to another video where I show you how, or you can just grab them on Amazon. There's a link for that in the description too if you like. They're not just fancy for show either. They help hold the batter in, which gives you a nice taller muffin. And next we should prep some rhubarb. You can use frozen rhubarb, but as you can see I'm using fresh today. And you want to make sure you cut off the part with the leaves and throw those away. Leaves of rhubarb are not for human or animal consumption. And then you want to cut off the root end as well. And when you're picking rhubarb, if you're choosing your own, you want the stalks to be 10 to 18 inches long. They don't have to be red. Some varietals aren't red. But as long as they're like 10 to 18 inches long, they are good to go. They don't have to be super thick. And you want to cut your rhubarb nice and thin. I'd say that's about 4 millimeters, about a 1/16 of an inch, or the size of 2 nickels on their side, something like that. That's one of the secrets that makes these awesome. They get nicely dispersed throughout the muffins, see? And you don't get that overpowering pucker power. You just get the beautiful rhubarb flavor. So make sure you cut them extra thin, and we're going to go with 2 cups. And the next secret ingredient is oranges. You want to add a little bit of citrus to the rhubarb because it just complements the flavors so beautifully. So you want to use 1 to 2 oranges because we need 2 tablespoons of orange zest and 1/3 cup of orange juice. You can use frozen, but since we're zesting one anyways, I think 1 orange will easily get you 1/3 cup. And if you happen to really like the flavor of orange, this is my other favorite add-in tip to make them extra awesome. I only ended up using 1 orange for the zest and the juice, so I'm chopping a bit of the second one. And all you want is just some of the peel. Chop it into nice tiny little pieces, and then we'll use about 2 to 3 tablespoons in this recipe. For our dry ingredients, you want to sift them. So I'm using an old school sifter. You can use a sieve, and if you don't have a sieve, you can just put it all in a bowl and fluff it up with a fork, because the idea is we want to get some air in there. It helps make your muffins nice and fluffy. And you want to have 2 1/3 cup of flour. And to that, we want to add 1 tablespoon of baking powder and 3/4 teaspoon of salt. And we'll just set that aside. Next, we need to infuse our sugar with the orange zest. So in our main mixing bowl, you'll need 1 1/4 cups of sugar and add your 2 tablespoons of orange zest. And you can rub the zest into the sugar using a spatula like this, but it's way easier and more fun if you just wash your hands and use your hands to rub the orange zest into the sugar. It helps diffuse the oils nicely throughout so that we get a nice consistent orange flavor in our muffins. Once the zest is all nicely diffused in the sugar, you want to set 2 tablespoons aside for topping, and then we're going to also take 2 tablespoons and add it to our rhubarb. Then just stir that sugar into the rhubarb to coat it all, and we'll set that aside. And then back to our bowl with the sugar in it, you want to add 2 eggs. And we're going to set our spatula aside for a minute and switch to a whisk because it's easier to blend everything. So we'll whisk in those eggs, and then you want to add 1/2 cup of oil. And I'm using olive oil. You can use whatever kind of vegetable oil you have on hand. And then we'll mix that in. It just works easier if you blend each ingredient before you add the next. To that, we're going to add 1/2 cup of milk. And I'm using whole milk, but it doesn't matter. You can use whatever milk you have on hand because the oil makes up for the fat. And then we want to add a teaspoon of vanilla and that orange juice that we squeezed. So that's 1/3 cup of orange juice. And mix that in well. And then we're going to switch back to our spatula again because we're done with the whisk. But first, let's add all the dry ingredients. And you want to add them all at once. And now with our spatula, we just want to fold that in which means you go to the bottom of the bowl and up and around, and the bottom of the bowl and up and around. Folding instead of stirring with a spoon just helps make sure you don't over mix, because that's one of the other secrets to getting nice fluffy muffins. You don't want to over mix the batter. So just stir it enough for the dry to be absorbed into the wet. In fact, it doesn't even have to be completely absorbed. You can see right now that there's still a few little bits of flour showing. But now is a good time to add our rhubarb. And before you do that, just give the rhubarb a quick stir, because that helps distribute the sugar around them so that they stay kind of sweet and tart. And if you're taking me up on that suggestion to use some of the orange peel, add that now. And now we can finish stirring it till all the dry ingredients are absorbed. And then into the muffin tins they go. This batter is a little bit on the runnier side, so I am just going to use a spoon and a spatula to fill them. Sometimes when your muffin batter is thicker, you can use an ice cream scoop. And if you happen to have a little bit of extra rhubarb and you want to put a couple pieces on top just for presentation's sake, you can do that now. And I even have a littlest bit of orange left. So same thing with the orange peel, if you want to add a little bit of that to each muffin, just for a fancy finish. And then that sugar that we held back, that's your final step. You want to just sprinkle a little bit. And now we just want to pop them in the oven for 5 minutes at 425, and then we're going to turn it down to 400 and continue baking for 15 to 20 minutes until they're golden brown and the toothpick comes out clean. And if you've never done the toothpick test before and you wonder what it is, what you do is you take a toothpick and you insert it into the center of your muffin, and if it comes out nice and clean like that, that's how you tell if your muffins are ready. Well, that's a wrap on recipe number 18 in the Marvelous Muffins playlist. About 6 more to go and the cookbook will be coming out. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me in the kitchen today. I hope you try this recipe, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.